Let's see what's in store for December Scrapbooking Personal Shopper. As I open up the box and lift off that luscious purple tissue paper, I see here is my full color newsletter. It's going to give me lots of ideas and lots of techniques, and it's going to explain everything perfectly for me. Oh, I've got some magical music, sorry about that, paper towel. Now the paper towel is die cut and you can foam tape them together. This particular one will not be available until April to the rest of the world. Now we've got some star supersized brads, and in our embellishment pack, let's see what's in here. I can always see ribbons, and ribbons are always very useful. Oh, we've got some vine ribbon, that's nice, and I love the crepe dots and stitched, and we've got some butterflies, some that are evacuated and some that are solid, so that's going to be interesting. Let me set that aside. We have one blank card and a matching envelope. Now here we have something that's Artful Boutique Dazzles. Now these are in a chocolate brown color, and inside I can see I've got 134 pieces. Now that doesn't include the innies, that extra piece that's left over when you pop these out. I'm going to have fun with that. Let's look at our papers. That's always great to see. Now you'll have two each of the ones I'm showing you. This is called Boutique Paper Pack. It won't be available until January, but I can show you what these pages look like. You know, we always get them first with Personal Shopper Scrapbooking, so that's fun. Here's the first. I love all the technique and this kind of radiated out images that I'm seeing. We've got a herringbone, kind of a distressed herringbone, isn't it? We've got a brown that just always works so well. And look at this medallion in the pink and the lime. And then we have a dot that's going to go with it. And I think one of my favorites is this all over kind of small squares of close-ups of a lot of the different patterns. Now this is Boutique. What I'm going to show you next is chocolate. Now it's not going to be available to the rest of the world until April of 2012. So here's the stripe. We have an all over tile and a dot. So you can see that it's dark chocolate and milk chocolate, and there's also some white chocolate going on. I love this border. I think it's just quite striking. We've got a text in the brown, but it's also ghosted over a swirl, so that's really beautiful. We've got the tiles, and then two more sheets of the brown dot and the white dot on black, and then music notes too. Let's see what we're going to make with all these goodies. Now I know I can use the boutique papers for adult photographs, but how fun to see that Princess Scarlet is 3 years old today, and isn't she a charmer? So we've covered one of our solid butterflies with paper. Look at this border. That's just one of the pieces out of those dazzles. So you can see that this is using a whole collection of the scrapbooking dazzles as well as the papers, so beautifully done together. We've also got the border treatment, as you can see. That's what I love about the dazzles. They don't overpower the photos, but they really do add some nice touches going along with them. So here's one part. Here's our left-hand page. Our right-hand page is giving us the journaling. We've got more butterflies. And look at the dazzles right here. They're just chalked, and doesn't that create just a beautiful, soft effect? Dream big is what we have going on with that wonderful photograph of our sweet little Scarlet. Now, going into the chocolate, because it's brown, you can do so many things. Decided this time to take a hit with the music notes, and we're going to use those paper towel. So we've got a boy and his guitar, a boy and his music, and don't they all have music? And how fun to create this collage look right here along with the star, and great on that border. Now the companion page has a similar treatment up at the top. So we've taken a photograph and cut it out. It's been a long time since I've seen that technique. I love the stars being used because they just add a great look to this page. And we've added several of our papers and kind of collaged them together. Now, another layout that is using our papers is this camping. Now, I'm kind of surprised that camping is looking so pretty. So we've got our dazzles right at the top here. We've got more that have been colored in with smooch ink, and that looks like the fingernail polish. I love the torn edges and how adding in these dazzle words just works so beautifully, and along the bottom even more. And we've used the vine to create an outdoor look to this layout. And then we have our companion page where, again, all of the ones who are out camping got special treatment, and you can see how beautifully that works. Now, our last layout is again going into the realm of music, this time with an orchestra. It could be a performance that you've seen, you know, it could be anything. But I love how the treatment's going on right here. And as we get in closer, you can see that the paper was cut right along the design. And doesn't that create just a really interesting border? I also love the play of the papers with the music notes, the texture words, also creating this wonderfully large and long paper toll piece. Isn't that just great? So that's one, and then the other page looks like this, has more of a vertical treatment, but again, close-ups of our subjects and more paper toll right there. Looks really, really good. Now let's see what our other samples are, because that doesn't finish it for scrapbooking. Look at this card. Isn't this just spectacular? It's saying, this is the scrapbooking dazzles again. Some of them are backed with paper. It's that time of year. Happy birthday. What a fun card to make, and what a great card to give and to receive. Now we've got a beautiful little, very simple little border. I can see this on next to journaling. I can see this on a card. Really sweetly done. Here's another thing that you can do to enhance a butterfly, is to cover it with paper. This is this is one of the designs on one of the other papers, and this is the scrapbooking dazzle. I think it's very clever to tie that ribbon and use that as the antenna for the butterfly. Now we also have another page, or another photograph, that is embellished with these papers and the dazzles. But as we get in really close, you can take a peek and you'll see that there's a bit of a white edge on the dazzles. Well, that's because they were sanded. So just taking sanding paper or a sanding block, and that just creates another added dimension around this photo. Now we have more. And right here, isn't that a beautiful way? Inner beauty. You know, that would be great on a scrapbook page or on a card, either way. I love how they've just chalked right along the edge of that mannequin. Down here, we've got another look of In the Army Now, and that is one of the paper toll pieces, and we've added the star that's a supersized Brad. And I think that that is all for this month.